Welcome to Game MizConduct. I'm CT here with Dory.
Hello.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Search for Game MizConduct. All right. Quick episode this week because it's still very early in the season and it's hard to make any kind of assumptions about the play. However, we are going to talk about the last three games at home against Ottawa, Carolina, and Buffalo. Tonight, as we record this, the Lightning are playing Edmonton. Puck drop 7:30, not 7 o'clock, 7:30. And then there's like a home and away couple games against the Capitals on Friday, away in the nation's capital, and then home on Sunday for a 7 o'clock puck drop against the Capitals, and then home for a couple games. So it's like home for 3 games, 4 games, 1 game away. Home for 3 games, 1 game away. And through Thanksgiving. So a lot of games at home and spending a lot of time at Amalie Arena. So let's dive in. Lightning beat Ottawa 4-3 on the 1st of November. Wasn't a pretty win, but a W is a W.
W is a W.
The one thing I will say that stood out was Vasi getting caught behind the net, playing the puck, and it led to an Ottawa goal, but they were able to pull that one out and get the 2 points. Carolina, I was at that game. I was losing my freaking mind. The Lightning lost in a shootout 4-3. It wasn't a great game by them either, by the Lightning either. But you have to note that Victor Hedman was out for the game against Carolina and Ottawa, and they definitely missed the Viking on the blue line.
Yeah, I agree. In seasons past, if Hedman was injured, there was Ryan McDonagh to kind of, become the guy. And obviously with McDonagh not on the team any longer. And then when Hedman's out, now it's a little bit more difficult because it is, when you still look at it, it seems crazy to think, but Eric Chernak and Mikhail Sergachev, they're very young, Perbix isn't a seasoned veteran in the NHL. So, Adam Foote, Cal Foote, a lot of these guys don't have the experience in the NHL that McDonagh had or Hedman had. So if one were injured, even, Jan Ruda had been around a little bit, not only on the Lightning, but started off in Chicago first. So I feel it's a little bit of growing pains, definitely on the defensemen, as far as the defensemen go. I think they'll be fine. I think the growing pains are just going to kind of keep going for a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially because, they've been the pairings. Our friend Eric Erlinson from Lightning Insider even posted on Twitter yesterday during practice that they're kind of moving in and out a lot with these defensive pairings. So they know. Yeah. They know they've got to come up with the winning combination. So I'm going to be patient.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even a month into the season, so everybody calm down. Talk to me in December, okay? As Taylor Swift would say, you need to calm down. Let's we could start panicking once we get around the Christmas break, if we're under 500, at that point. So the Lightning beat the Buffalo Sabres on Saturday at home. They should have beat the Buffalo Sabres, and they did. But
such a weird team. They're just such a weird team. This is the team that a few seasons ago we were talking about. Oh, Buffalo, like all those fans that have, labored through mediocrity and below mediocrity for so long. Suddenly, the Buffalo Bills are great and the Buffalo Sabres were looking promising. And then I feel bad.
Lots of changes for the Sabres when they lost Jack Eichel. I think it was last season to the Vegas Golden Knights, but they got Alex Tuck, who I've heard is kind of the leader of the team. And I do like Alex Tuck a lot. So they're, perennially rebuilding, it feels like. But anyway, moving on from Buffalo, like we said, tonight versus Edmonton, 7:30 puck drop. Hedman's in the lineup. Bogosian is back practicing. So that's all good news.
Yeah.
Also, this just in. this just in. We just got a press release from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning invite fans to travel back in time with a night with the Bolts celebrating 30 years at Tampa Theater on December 7th. They're going, and I'm literally just reading this. The event will give Lightning fans an in-depth look into 30 years of hockey in Tampa Bay as told by those who lived it. So I'm sure we'll have, I'm sure Phil Esposito will be there. I'm sure a bunch of
Brian
people
Bradley.
Yep. A night with the Bolts will feature players from the 90s, including Brian Bradley. Hey, Darren Poopa, Pat Jablonski, Paul Eisebert, as well as founder Phil Esposito. See, of course, Phil will be there. Representing the 2000s will be Dave Andreychuk, Ruslan Fedotenko, who is one of my all-time favorites, Tim Taylor, Jason Cullimore, and Vinny Prospel. And from the 2010s and beyond will be Dwayne Rollison. Another one of my all-time favorites, Ryan Bugsy Malone.
You love that guy.
I freaking love him. Matthew Garon, Adam Hall, another great guy who's been doing a lot of TV lately, and Braden Coburn, who's doing the podcast with Seth Kushner. So
love Braden
great
Coburn.
Lineup. All I need is Ryan Malone and Phil Esposito in a room together. It's gonna be great.
Whatever happened to like Chris Gratton? Remember that guy?
I used to have the biggest crush on Chris Gratton when I was a kid. Oh boy, he was very handsome.
He just kind of disappeared. Anytime they talk about like these older, players from the original type era.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he's
Roman Hammerlick, whatever happened to him.
I've seen him a couple times. He's come back. I think he came back for the 25th or the 20th. I remember seeing Roman Hammerlick because I was like, he aged very well.
What about Rob Zaminer? I mean, there's like, we can go on and on.
Well, I'm sure, but guys? That'll be a 5-hour event. They only have a certain amount of time. A ticket for the night with the Bolts are $35 and will go on sale to the general public on Friday, November 11th at 10 a.m. That's this Friday. A special pre-sale will be available on Thursday, November 10th at 10 a.m. I don't know who gets that pre-sale. It doesn't say here. Maybe season ticket holders. So if you're an STM, be on the lookout in your email. Tickets can be purchased at tampabaylightning.com/Tampa Theater. So that's a couple of days before my birthday. I may have to go to that. That'll be a fun night. The Tampa Bay Lightning celebrating their 30th anniversary. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye on all of the Tampa Bay Lightning socials and their website and your email if you're STM for information on that. But that'll be a good time for sure.
Yep.
All right, Dory, I think that's it. Looking ahead, we have Washington on the 11th, Friday at home versus the Capitals, Tuesday the 15th at home versus Dallas, and at home on the 17th, Thursday versus Calgary, before the Lightning head to Nashville on Saturday the 19th to meet that team and their former teammate Ryan McDonagh. So that'll be an interesting showdown. Also a rematch of the winner or outdoor game last year as well. So all right, Dory, thank you so much for joining me. We love getting to talk hockey once a week. I was at my brother's wedding last week. That's why we didn't have an episode, and I may have been severely hungover on Monday. Hungover. So that's why we didn't have a show last week, but we should be on schedule through Thanksgiving, or at least up until Thanksgiving, with more episodes. So thank you so much. Don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube as well. See our faces. Even though I got into radio, so I didn't have to show my face, but now that's gone. So we're also on YouTube, and don't forget to follow the podcast so you never miss an episode, and leave us a 5-star rating and a review, and we will catch you next time.